You're watching the South African Morning. Let's pick up here. Finance Union Sasbo says banks are refusing to respond to workers' concerns over the nationwide lockdown. The union says banks have failed to present a disaster management plan. Bank workers are deemed essential service workers at this time, and they will therefore be working during the lockdown. For more on this, we're joined by Joe Kokela. He is the Sasbo General Secretary, and he joins us via Skype. Mr. Kokela, thank you very much for your time. What are workers' concerns in the banking sector?
Thank you, Cody. The workers' concerns is that much as all of a sudden the bank sector has been deemed to be the essential services, which according to Labour Relations Act, we are not part of the essential services. What has happened is after the announcement of the lockdown, we tried to engage with the banks to say, please advise us as the union to say, which of those positions within the bank will be regarded as essential banking services? To date, we haven't received any explanation from the banks. And we've even went further to say to the banks, please give us your disaster recovery plan so that we can work together with the banks to make sure that come the time when where the workers have to be on a lockdown, we have to know how many of our workers or how many of our members are going to be part of the lockdown. But up to date, as I speak to you, there's no bank that has really provided the union with the disaster recovery plan, to an extent that they couldn't even give us to say how many of those members will be part of the lockdown.
Yeah, so Mr. Kokela, as things stand, therefore, the entire workforce in the banking sector, it's assumed that they are going to be resuming work as per normal. However, the question I want to ask of you is, what kinds of conditions do you believe that these workers should be entitled to?
Look, first and foremost, all that we're looking for, because of now the banks, they are spreading a rumor that is going to be no work, no pay. And they are also now trying to come up with funny types of leaves that they have never heard of. So all that we're looking for is to say, should it be that those workers that will be selected not to be part of the lockdown, not going to essential services, to be given a normal leave, a special leave has to be created that will really speak to, the special leave that will be for the coronavirus. And we are also looking at our members, they have to be given a full pay. And then one other thing that worries us very much is that we don't think that the banks are complying with the health and safety as required by this virus. So we want our members' safety and health to be guaranteed. And then the fourth one, we're looking at transport, because of no one has ever spoken about how our members are going to be fed from their place of work or home to the place of work. So that is most of those other things that we're looking for as the union.
Very briefly then, Mr. Kokela, as we wrap up our conversation, the lockdown comes into effect at midnight. What happens? What's your next course of action if you don't get any responses from management?
Look, what is going to happen is we are giving the banks until 11 o'clock this morning to respond. And failure to do that, we shall have our own interpretation as the union that will give to our members, because we don't believe that banking is essential services as per the Labour Relations Act of this country.
All right, Joe Kokela, he's the General Secretary of Banking Union.